When I was hired to start the foundation quite a few years ago now, one of my board members said, you need to go to Washington, D.C. and meet with the head of the Pan American Health Organization Foundation. And the gentleman I met with struck me as having to be in his 80s, but a very wise gentleman. And I unfortunately don't remember his name, but I'll never forget what he said. He said, I doubt you really appreciate this organization you're going to be building partnerships with, because almost no one in the United States really does. He said to appreciate what CDC does, you need to go talk to a minister of health in another country, because take any minister of health anywhere in the world, give them a problem they can't solve, and one phone call to make, there's only one place it will go, and that's CDC. The take home for that is that CDC is a reference lab for the world. And that kind of slides off the tongue easily, but I want you to take just a moment and think about what it would be like if CDC were not the single point where you can make a call and get an answer. At the beginning of SARS, we had a connection with General Electric, and they called and they said, we've got a meeting going on where we're bringing people in from Asia and actually all over the world. And we've had this thing planned for 2 years. It's been massively expensive in the planning. We would hate to cancel it. But what's the liability for bringing people in? Should we do it? But what if to get the answer you need, whether you're a business or a physician or a research university, you have to go to a dictionary and decide who's the expert in this area? You know, if it's anthrax, is it University X? If it's another exposure problem around a chemical, is it the CDC in China? Things would get complicated very quickly. The fact that everybody, when they've got a problem, sends it to CDC means that all of us can turn to CDC and know they're going to have the latest information. They're going to be the most likely to have the answer. So, to me, the thought of a world in which there are multiple experts and we have to kind of spin the dial to decide who we talk to is a scary, scary thought. So, we heard this morning about how great CDC is. We also heard their core appropriation has shrunk over the last several years. And we are in a time where government can't do it all alone. We need policymakers and we need people who understand how important CDC is, talking to policymakers. But we also need you partnering with CDC. And in the early 90s, Congress recognized that fact and created a way for you to do that, and that's the CDC Foundation. Legislation was passed in 1992 authorizing the foundation, and I was hired to open the doors in early 1995. So we've been in existence for about 18 years. But we represent a door inside to this amazing organization, so that no matter what you're interested in, no matter what your problem is, no matter where you want to help, we can connect you with the right people inside CDC, and with our congressional authority, accept money and move it quickly inside CDC if that's the best thing to do with it. But very often we use our flexibility to bank the money and hold hands with the CDC scientist who will say, I need this person, I need them tomorrow. I don't care how you get them, contract with them. If it takes paying them twice what we would pay them at CDC, we pay them twice. We can contract, hire, travel, purchase, with a flexibility that no agency of the federal government ever has or will have. And so we are your door, and we appreciate the fact that for those of you who want to partner, we're able to connect you with these marvelous scientists to get a job done. So we're excited about that. We are all about partnerships, and that's why we were so excited to partner with Mike Milken and the Milken Institute to put on this amazing summit. And I want to take this opportunity to say a special thanks. Mike, your dedication to spreading the good news about CDC and the importance of what they do has been crucial to elevating people's knowledge about CDC. We want people everywhere to understand how important CDC is, and Mike is helping us do that.